I like beer. I like it in a can. I have about 3, then I fall on my ass. You see, I am a quasi man. I don't like whiskey. I can't afford cocaine. I'm getting kind of fat, but I'm already married, so I guess everything is okay. Everybody sing. I drink 1, you drink 2. Pretty soon you know what we're gonna do. I took 3, you found 4. I wake up to find myself on the floor. I watched the Man Show right after South Park. I like the stuff with the titty girls, but you know what my favorite part is? I'd like to beat a man a race. I try to keep up when he's pouring them down, but I spill it all over my face. Everybody sing. I drink 1, you drink 2. Pretty soon you know what we're gonna do. I took 3, you found 4. I wake up to find myself on the floor. I'll suck 5, you beer ball 6. Now we're getting crazy, stupid human drink. I'll drink 7, you inhale it. See the story before it gets too late.
I have arrived here in the land of Thebes. I, Dionysus, child of Zeus. Oh, blessed is the one whose spirit merges with Cybele, our great mother, who, waving the Thisris forehead crowned with ivy, serves Dionysus.
I just kind of stumbled into it. After I finished college at Louisiana State University, I moved to Northern California, where I had grown up, kind of in Louisiana and California, and I needed a job. Well, I bartended and waited tables in college, so that's what I applied for. And at this brew pub in Northern California, it happened to be the second one in the United States since Prohibition. Because in 1983, they finally passed the law that said you can brew beer and serve it on premise in a place like Half Moon here. These places didn't exist since Prohibition until 1983. Before Prohibition, there were, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, there were over 4,000 breweries across the United States. Today there's about 1,500, but by Prohibition, after Prohibition, there were only 3. Wow. And so since Prohibition till now, we've gone from 3, or I imagine there were more than 3, but to 1,500. So we're re-emerging. But this brew pub that I applied for was actually the second one since Prohibition in the United States, called the Mendocino Brewing Company in Northern California, and they hired me as a cook there. Go figure.
It's a good start. Yeah.
So my first day, I washed dishes, and I was a cook for 5 months, and one of their brewers quit, and in that time, I had discovered what real beer is by working there, and really liked it. And I said, how does somebody get a job making beer?
Sweet, beautiful beer.
I don't know how many bottles of beer I've consumed, waiting for things to get better. I don't know how many bottles of wine and whiskey and beer, mostly beer, that I've consumed in splits with women, waiting for the phone to ring and footsteps in the hall. And the phone never rings. The footsteps never come until much later. The footsteps never arrive until my stomach is coming up out of my mouth. And then they arrive, fresh as spring flowers. What the hell have you done with yourself? It'll be 3 days before you can fuck me again.
Greeks and how in Dionysus, god of wine, I believe, is what it was. One of the most famous sayings that I remember from Greek history is "in vino veritas." In wine, there is happiness.
Right.
It has to do with the golden mean. Even if you live your life at extremes, you're always drinking too much, or you're never drinking at all. Then you may have trouble in your life. If you drink too much, you're gonna, have problems managing your life. If you don't drink at all, you may not be able to relax and balance your life out. But if you have a drink in moderation, or have a beer every now and then, or a beer to relax, as you say, it's Miller time, you're able to balance out your life a little better, and maybe not raised to the extremes or lower to the extremes quite as frequently, and your life follows a more smooth, even keel path.
Well, there's beer. Sacks and sacks of empty beer bottles. When you pick up the sacks, a bottle falls through the hole in the wet sack, clanking, spraying gray ash and stale beer all over. When the sacks fall over at 4 a.m., the noise they make is the only sound in your life. Beer. Rivers and seas of beer. Love songs on the radio, and the phone that never rings, and beer is all there is.
A lot of people in the industry that have been in this industry for that long, the craft brewing industry in the United States. Now, brewing has been since the beginning of mankind. There, as you know, the Ninkasi hymn was one of the first pieces of known writing for mankind, and it's a beer recipe. So
That's amazing, isn't it?
it is. So it's nice to be part of a small community of people that have been, honing this craft for thousands of years, 10,000 years, or more. And so, yeah, it is. It's kind of rewarding to be just a piece of that history.
Having founded your town by the sacred lake, you finished its great walls. You, Ninkasi, my goddess, born of the flowing water, tenderly cared for by the water, born of the flowing water, tenderly cared for by the water. The beer of your barley is good, honey-mouthed of her mother. Ninkasi, you are the one who handles the dough, mixing in a pit with sweet aromatics and date honey. The beer of your barley is good, honey-mouthed of her mother. The ale of your beer bread is good. Come, my beloved sister, in the house your luxuriance is a storehouse, honey-mouthed of her mother. The ale of your beer bread is good. Come, my beloved sister, in the house your luxuriance is a storehouse, honey-mouthed of her mother. The waves rise, the waves fall. You spread your cooked mash on large reed mats. Coolness overcomes. Holding it with both hands, brewing it with honey and wine, you, Ninkasi, my goddess.
But my wife is a beer lover. I've taught her how to make some beer at home. We've done some home brewing and whatnot. And she knew a little bit about it before we met. We met because she was a beer lover and had a passion for beer and consuming beer and the different flavors. Like I said, this is what I do here. I make beer for a living here, but the people are drinking it right outside of the door, and a lot of those people are passionate about their beer, and that's why they're our regular customers. So they're just, beer is interwoven in my life personally in many ways. Not only do I make a living doing it, but my wife is a beer lover. All my friends are beer lovers. I met you today, and I've talked to you on the phone a few times, but you're here to make a video about beer because obviously you love beer. There's something about beer that translates to the common person, whether you're here in the United States or Kokomo for that matter, or in South Africa where they brew sorghum beer for that matter.
So, my goodness.
Wherever
anything, whatever it takes to sweeten up.
Beer is everywhere.
Yeah.
It is always here.
Sweet, beautiful beer.
Come, my beloved sister, in the house your luxuriance is a storehouse, honey-mouthed of her mother.
Well, there's beer.
Sweet, beautiful beer. But you are not always that sweet, are you? You're often bitter and sweet at the same time. Bittersweet, you might call it. And I will. Finest of pleasures, most humble of pleasures, you are the drink of the people, the drink of my people, the drink of my choice. Good enough for me, but really too good for me. So when I pour you, it's with cautious respect, more respect than I've shown any lover of mine. The most headstrong of drinks yet so delicate. I warm you with my hands. My hands become cold from warming you. I want to unleash your scent, your true flavor, your sweet bitterness. Dark foam floats upon dark fluid. I need to wet my lips with you. Sweet beer. Warm palms cradle a glass goblet. Its cool weight, its patient vapors drift, rising like patron saints to ancient monastery ceilings, echoing off pipe organ, sending clamors between my cheeks like the church bells of Grimbergen. I almost need to back away. Put you down lest the bitterness and the sweetness overwhelm me. I want to have you. I want you to still be there when I turn around. Thank God there are others like you.
Damn, what the hell?